What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, as you can tell by the title, I'm doing a part 2 to my domestic violence story. Again, it might be a bit all over the place, but just gotta talk from the heart, you know? So yeah. So the reason why I moved out of here was because again, it was to do with my ex. Was having loads of like domestic issues, and I was in care at that time still, so I had like a support worker, and she was like concerned and stuff, and obviously she knew what was happening to me because it was just not hard to hide. So I called her and I was like, he just smashed my phone, can you come and get me? Because she was like around the corner. So she came, he left, and then she was like, right Alicia, we're gonna take you out of here because you're not safe. By the way, I'm sorry if it's hard for me to go back and remember all of this because it's so long ago. So if I get things wrong, it's not because I'm lying or anything, it's just because I'm trying to like dig it up out of my mind. But I had left, basically during that time he was having issues with other like ops and shit like that. So like there was things going on, and she was also concerned for my safety because she thought that like his ops would like come for me because everything, and do you know what I mean, come to my house and stuff. So she was already telling me to like be on guard, like type thing. So I remember one time like I got spooked because there was like a car that kept like circling my house. They basically told me, they was like, if you have any fears or any suspicions or anything like that, just call. Like, so I did, and I told them what I'd seen. Did I know from that conversation they was gonna take me and fucking rush me out of London? No. But that's what they did. I seen this suspicious car like coming, like it kept coming in and out, like circling around, and I was just paranoid in because I'm just thinking like, bro, like I don't want to die. If I'm gonna see that someone's coming for me, I'm gonna at least, you know, keep my eyes peeled and do what I gotta do. So that's what I done. But I didn't know they was gonna, like, basically they got scared. Social services got scared and was like, oh, you know, you're not safe, we need to take you out, you need to get out of here, da da da, like it was some movie, bruv. And I was just like, no, I didn't tell you this for you to move me out. I just told you just so that you could write it down in a book or something. Keep a log. Do you know what I mean? Like, and then they was like to me, Alicia, do you care about your safety? If you do, then you'll leave, like, and like, not make excuses type thing, because they was trying to say that I was making excuses, but I'm like, bro, I'm not making excuses. I'm just telling you so that you can write it down. The fuck. So, but it was a serious case that was going around that time, so it was like they didn't want to take no risks. So basically, yeah, they ended up doing that, and they moved me to Bedford. Tell me why I was only there for 4 days. For them to only come and move me back here. They moved me back here in 4 days later. So what kind of danger was I in? When I came back, I stayed here for I think another month. No. I had actually got raided as well. Like my house got raided at one point, which I'd never had in my life. Feds raiding off. I was at work. I came back. The door was kicked off. All police up inside my house. They gave me the warrant and everything. It was like, we need to search this place, blah, blah, blah. And I think like everything, all of those things combined, they was like to me, Alicia, we're gonna lock this yard down for you. You're gonna still have it, but we're gonna move you out of here because you can't stay here. And I was like, what was the point in bringing me back to then tell me I still can't stay here? This time they moved me to Broxbourne, which was, I'd never been there in my life. It was literally like, bro, you don't see black people there, you don't see coloured people there, no ethnic minorities back there, mate. It's just straight white people. So I lived there for a year. I lived there for a while. I think it was even I think either close to a year or a year, but I lived there for a while because, yeah. And then I managed to like do really well. I didn't have contact with him. I was going to work, like it was so long because it was like, I lived out of London, but I literally had to go to work from this new place, like in Oxford Street. And it cost so much money, but obviously they would cover that, like my ticket, because I had to book like a train ticket to in and out of London every day because I worked every day. So they covered that, and they was also paying my rent here while I was there. So yeah, I didn't have to pay like both rent. So I lived there for a year. I was doing well. Within like a few months of me staying there, I'd like sank deeper and deeper into depression. I was so lonely. I'd literally lost all my friends. Like I had no friends. I was just me on my own in this house with no one. So I got like lonely again, I guess, and insecure, and I just had no self-esteem. So I did end up like talking to him and stuff, and like he would like drive all the way from ends to like come and take me to work, and then he would like drop me home, and then he would go home. Like lots of that was going on. Like I wasn't letting him in my house or anything, and then I caved and then let him in the fucking house, which was again a mistake. It was crazy. It really was. It didn't take long. Like he was probably in the house for like a few days, and then next thing you know, he's like accusing me of cheating again, fucking his friends. And he had actually, for a while, he had this thought in his mind that I had like had sex with one of his friends, like the same guy. And I'm like, bro, like you need to let this go, because it's never me, and that would never be me. He'd strangled me at this point, and again had like weapons. He had like scissors, and I remember him like trying to like threaten me. He didn't stab me, but he tried to like threaten me with it. Like he had me like on, I remember it was the bathroom door. He had me like shoved up high against the bathroom door, and he was like trying to threaten me and stuff, but he didn't do it. And then he was just like beating me up instead. He took my phone, kept it. When I was trying to fight him, he would just beat me up and all this stuff. And then he went on his phone because he like ripped off my shirt. He had a bad habit of doing that. He done that twice to me. So he ripped off my shirt and my bra was showing. This man tried to put me on Instagram live. He tried to go live and put me on Instagram and say, look at this fucking hoe, she's fucking my friends. Like thankfully, before he could actually get me on there, he probably got like a second of me on there, or I think he faked it, to be fair, but I had like ran to the bedroom and like slammed the door shut, so he didn't see. But then that only made him more angry, and then he like kicked off the door in the bedroom, and then started fucking me up again. And then he was like spitting. He started spitting in my face, and every time he was spitting, he was saying, I hate you, spit, I hate you, spit, I hate. Like bro, it was crazy. Again, stamping on my face, fucking me up, and just that was hard. I'm not gonna lie, that really hurt me a lot. Like it was crazy, bro. And just a side note, like I'm sharing this because yeah, I know that it looks crazy, and like everybody's probably thinking like, how have you let all these situations happen to you, type thing. And I just want to let you guys know that it's very embarrassing for me to even like say these things, because it's not nice. Do you know what I mean? It's not nice to know that I was so dumb and like just kept taking him back and all these things. So just kind of be easy on me, because like it's hard to like talk about it when you know that you're embarrassing yourself in a way. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, he'd stopped, and then he stopped, and then he was like, I feel like she's sensing my stressness, and she's trying to comfort me, bless her. Yeah, so he'd stopped, and then I remember this was crazy to me, and I didn't know how to take this. I still don't really know how to take it, but he basically said, like, after he beat me up severely and spat in my face and all these things, he was like, I can't remember exactly how the conversation went, I just remember this one line. He was just like to me, I think he said like, why do you do this to me? Or, you know, something like that. And then he was like, if you love me, you'll have sex with me right now. That's what this man told me. And I looked at him in the most disgusting way. If you're about to do what I think you want to do, if you're going to take it there, that's when the fight in me will come out again. Because there's no way. there's no way I will let something like that happen to me again. And not by someone who is supposed to be whoever he is, you know what I mean? Him. I'm not gonna let you do that to me. So I think from when he saw my face, he kind of tried to like go back on what he said, but by then it was just too late. I was just like, this man is sick and I just need to get him out of my house again. So again, I had to think of a plan to get him out. I was actually looking after my friend. One second, this cat is trying to like, she better not start playing with her little toys in here. Yeah, she is. One sec, guys. So yeah, at the time I was looking after my friend's kitten because it had fleas, and she wanted me to like get rid of the fleas and give it back. So I was looking after this kitten at the time, and bearing in mind, during the time he's fucking up, this kitten is all up in the house, you know, and she's scared for her little life. So sad. So then because basically I remember actually, he had punched me again in the side of my head repeatedly, and I remember like I could feel myself going deaf. I couldn't even hear. Not for long, for like a minute. But I thought to myself, I'm gonna use this to get me out of here. Because at the time he drove to me, so he had a car. So I was like to him, listen, you fucked up my ear. I can't hear, so I need to go to Tesco and get something to like help with the pain because I've got an earache. And he didn't believe me at first. He was like, no, you're just trying to get out. Like, you think I'm dumb? You're gonna go call the feds. I don't know what a shit. And I just had to like convince him that I wasn't trying to do that. So I used the kitten, and I was like, listen, I'm gonna bring the kitten with me. So like, so if I'm gonna bring a kitten with me, of course I'm gonna come back, because I'm not gonna have a kitten just out here. Do you know what I mean? It's very small. So he was still a bit skeptical, but he went through it. He believed me, and then we went to Tesco. And when we got to Tesco, the whole time I'm sitting in the car and I'm just thinking about my plan, like, what the fuck am I gonna do? How am I gonna? Because I knew I wasn't coming out of Tesco. Do you know what I mean? I just didn't know how I was gonna go about it. I went in there, I was just walking around. The fucking man bought me a microwave. I guess that was a sorry thing. He bought me a microwave in Tesco. He was buying me bare things in Tesco. I just let him, because you better comp me in some way. Do you know what I mean? Give me a compensation. Ciao. So he done all that, and I'm just thinking like what to do. I see the security guard like when we first came in, and then like went to pay. I made sure I let him pay. Then it was time for us to leave, and I kept stalling. Like, I was like not walking quickly, and then he was like to me, come on Alicia, let's go, type thing. And I was just kind of like looking around, like, because it was kind of late, so there wasn't a lot of people in Tesco, but it was the massive Tesco, so there was enough people there. So I was just like asking, I was just stalling the whole time. Like, even before we paid, I was like asking people to look for things, like to find things for me, and I was just like walking around trying to figure out what to do. So then I just was like, Alicia, just go to the security guy, because he's gonna do his job. Do you know what I mean? So I went to him, and just before we went out, I kind of stopped, and he was like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Like, because he was trying to talk quietly, innit? He was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, come on, don't do this now. Don't fucking do this. This is what he was telling me. And I was like, mate, I ain't leaving. I'm sorry, I'm not leaving out this Tesco with you. So he realised what had happened, and it dawned on him, and he was fucking vexed, but he knew he couldn't do anything because he was in public. So I had went to the security man, and I had asked him, can you please call the police? And this part gets me so fucking vexed, because they really don't take us seriously, you know. So I went to him, and I don't want to get emotional because I feel like I'm going to, but I'm trying to get through this. I'd asked him, can you call the police? And then my ex had come over, and he's like, no, don't worry, she doesn't mean it, that's my girlfriend, da, da, da. I said, I'm not his girlfriend. He's been fucking me up in my house. I need you to call the police and get them here, because I'm not leaving with him. And the security man basically wasn't very helpful. And he was kind of just like, well, what's going on? Or what's going on with you guys? Da, da, da. And I'm like, bro, why the fuck you keep asking me stupid questions? Bro, get the fucking police and do your job. your security man. Yeah, you might not be involved in domestics, but this is a domestic situation. I'm in danger. Go get the fucking feds. And it's like my ex is talking to him and telling him like, I'm telling you, this is my girlfriend. She's just stressed out. Don't worry about that. I'm like, and then at this point I'm getting vexed because I'm like, bro, why the fuck are none of you listening to me? This man just fucked me up inside my house and he wants me to leave with him. I'm telling you, someone call the police. And I'm just like, so shocked that no one's helping. Do you know what I mean? Because people are in the shop and they're walking past and they're looking at me and stuff like that. And I'm like, can someone please? I'm literally like screaming, like, can someone please help? And then the security man was still like, oh, like, you know, maybe you should go home and talk about it. I said, talk about what? No, the fuck is wrong with you? It was just hard because even the man, yeah, and I don't want people to take this the wrong way, but he was an African man. And one thing that I know about Africans and even Caribbeans, yeah, we don't like to get involved in people's business too tough, especially if it's a domestic situation. So I feel like he kind of treated the situation not as a professional, but kind of just like as like a husband or a dad type thing, because like you like to keep things in the family and not expose things and like keep things quiet. So I think he just kind of looked at me as like a woman not to listen to, and just to like let the man deal with it, because I'm sure he said something to do with like, just you guys go and sort it out, he's your boyfriend, you love him type thing. And I'm just like, bro, no, like no. So that guy wasn't fucking helping. Piece of shit, man. You're supposed to be security guard, be professional, and you did fuck all. But luckily there was this couple who came past, and they was looking at me, and I was like, can you please help me? And at this point I'm like just raging. I'm not even like crying, I'm just like raging. I'm just vexed. I'm just feeling it right now. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy. But they came to me and they said, are you okay? And I said, no, I'm not. My rescue. I'm okay. And I said, no, I'm not. I'm not okay. I need the police. I need the police to come here now, and I need to get away from this guy. And they listened to me, thank God. They listened to me. So I'm telling him at this point, they're gonna call the police now, so you need to leave. It's okay. It's alright. This dog is like a therapy dog, you know. Every time I get upset, he's like straight on it, mate. I said, no, I'm not okay. Please call the police. Oh yeah, and at this point I'm saying to him, you need to go because they're calling the police and you're gonna get arrested if you don't leave. The guy's refusing to leave. He's refusing to leave. A normal person, once they realise police on the way, they'll leave. Not him. Not him. He was not trying to leave. He literally stayed the entire time. He was not leaving. I even went to the toilet. Do you know what I mean? At one point. He was there for, 20 minutes? Because the fucking police were taking so long. And obviously at this point, the fucking security man decided he wanted to stick around. And then there was other security people that came. So they was kind of all around me, guarding me type thing. And he was just there. He was just arguing his case like, you know, she's not thinking straight and all this shit. Like, just trying to fight his case and make it seem like nothing happened. Like, he was like, and then he was like, oh, I can't leave. she's got my iPad. I need it because I need to use the internet to go home because I don't have a fucking sat nav. And I'm like, bro, that's not my problem. There's no iPad here, so you need to leave. And he's like refusing because he's saying he can't get home because there's no data. He hasn't got data on his other phone, only the iPad. And then, yeah, so just as the police were coming up, he then decided to leave. What, about 5 minutes before the police came, he decided to leave. And I don't know how the fuck this guy, he just vanishes. Like, the guy is so good at like getting out of trouble, like hiding from the police, like getting like put in jail. The whole time I was with him, I thought he would go to jail, you know. There were so many times that he was on, like, he would get nicked and stuff like that, and he always got let out. The guy was busting judge. I said this before, I believe it now. So just before the police had come, he disappeared. They come and questioned me, spoke to me. They said, do you feel safe going home tonight? I said, not really, no. But I don't have anywhere else to go. I'm all the way in Broxbourne. You know, London is so far. What the fuck am I going to do? And they said to me, we can escort you to your house, search the area, make sure he's not here. Yeah, that's what we can offer you. So I said, okay. I went with them. I waited in the car. They went to search the whole area. And when I tell you, I seen them. They were searching. They were going inside my block, inside the next blocks, the neighbouring blocks around, like looking under the cars and like looking around the area. It was nighttime, so it was kind of a bit hard, but they were still like doing a thorough search. They went inside my house because I told them to. I said multiple times, go in and check everywhere. And they did. And they came to me and they said, he's not there. So I said, okay, fine. So I went in. All this time I had the kitten, you know, it's crazy. So I went in, I got changed and stuff, and sorted out the kitten and that, and I changed in my pajamas, and I was trying to calm myself down, and go to bed. I got into my bed, and then not even 5 minutes of my head hitting that pillow, I just heard a knock on my window. It was him. After all that searching the police did, it was him. And I literally, my heart went into my stomach. That feeling, if you know that feeling, you know that feeling. It was just like, because I just put my head down on the pillow. I just had relief in that moment, thinking, okay, he's gone. He won't come back because it's too risky. This man's knocking on my window. I'm on the ground floor. So I go to the window and I say, you need to get the fuck out of here. Why the fuck are you here? The police will come. The police are not far. They're still around. And he's like, I need my iPad to get home. I can't get home without my iPad. It's got data on there. And I said, bro, you really think I'm going to let you in this house? Get the fuck away. And he's like, I'm telling you, I will leave, bro. I don't want to fucking be here no more. Like, just give me the fucking iPad so I can get my thing and I can go. I said, there's no way of coming into my house. You've lost your mind. He's just, like, I've closed the curtains. I've, like, gone back and he's just knocking for, like, time. Well, it felt like time anyway. So I opened the fucking curtains and I said, bro, stand the fuck back. Stand the fuck back far, far, far away. And I'm going to throw the iPad out the window. I'm going to close it and then you're going to take it and then fuck off. So he said, okay. I said, go back. And he started going back, but he wasn't going back far enough. I said, go the fuck back. Keep going. Go back. So he was going back. He went back, like far. I made him go far back. And then when I was satisfied, I had opened the window, like the handle. I turned the handle and I had pushed open the window. And I was about to slide the iPad on the floor. Before I could even slide the iPad, tell me why this man is full on charging me. Charging at me, once again, straight charging at me towards the window. I shit myself. I tried to grab the handle and pull it in. By that time, he had run straight to the window, grabbed the bottom, you know, the bottom part of the window. And he's like, we're fighting at this point. We're fighting to like close the window. He's trying to open it, and obviously I'm only holding the handle, but he's holding like the bottom of the window, so like he's got the advantage. And then I was doing fine. Do you get it? The fucking handle snapped. The handle snapped off, and the fucking window went flying. And then in that moment, When I tell you, and I say this to everyone, well, I've not told a lot of people, but the few people I've told the story to, I've said it the same way, because this is exactly how it was. This man flew into my window like a bat out of hell. He flew into my window. He didn't jump, he flew into my window within a second. This is probably the one that traumatized me the most, because I honestly was so scared. That I've never been so scared in my life. Even when he put the gun in my face, I was never scared. As scared, you know what I mean? Even when he had knives, threatened me with knives, I had never been this scared as I was in that moment. Because obviously I had called the police on him. So I'm thinking, this man wants to kill me because I've just called the police on him and now he's flown through my fucking window. So he's flew through the window and he's literally, it's something out of a movie, I swear. He grabs me by the neck, flings me onto the bed. I thought I was over this, it's crazy. He flings me onto the bed and he covers my mouth and he says, if you make a noise, I will kill you. And I'd never in my life went so quiet so quick. Because I didn't know what he was going to do. I'd never been in a situation where I'd called the police, they hadn't got him and nicked him, and then in that same time he's got me again. Like, he's always been arrested, he'll go away and beg for me back. So it's like, this was a different dynamic and I was scared because I just called the police on him. I tricked him to go out to complain about my ear, and I tricked him and he knew it. He didn't surprisingly start getting aggressive after that, after he let me go, like let go of my mouth. He was just asking me like, why the fuck are you doing this to me, Alicia? I love you, all this stuff, da 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 da. And I'm just like, bro, I can't do this. Like, I really can't do this. I can't live like this. I am fucking size 6 in clothes. I'm skinny as fuck. I'm unhealthy. I'm not looking after myself. I'm depressed. I have no friends. I'm alone. I don't need this. I just need to just get away from you and just try and just like build some self-esteem and confidence back and just be on my own. And he just wasn't hearing it, man. And then I remember we were just talking for a while. Well, he was talking, I weren't talking, but he was just talking at me for a while, just trying to convince me like to just let him spend the night and stuff. I said no. I said, get your iPad and go. I had tried to think of a way now again to get him out of my house. And yes, I feel stupid as fuck for even opening the window and putting out the iPad. I do, I feel stupid, but I didn't think he was going to run at me. I really didn't. Otherwise I would never have opened it. I just thought, if this is going to make him leave, I'm going to open the window, throw the thing on the floor. At this point, he'd stopped talking and I had looked at the door. And then we kind of had this moment where we looked at each other. And I just thought in my mind, Alicia, just do it. Just run to the door, grab the key, because I always kept my key in the door. Grab the key so that he don't have it. Didn't work out like that. He just literally bulldozed me over, grabbed the key. I was like, bro, you're not fucking going nowhere. So yeah, he grabbed the key, he was like, look. And I'd just given up the bell. I really had. I'd given up the bell. I was exhausted. I hadn't had anything to eat for days at this point. So it was just over for me at that point. He was just talking to me about guys from the end saying, I know that you haven't slept with any of my friends. I just don't know what's wrong with me. I'm just always so angry all the time. I've got problems. I need help. Can you help me? Then I said, I can't help you. He had taken my phone, but obviously when we got to tussling for the key. No, wait, did he take the key before? No, he had my phone first, and then when we got to tussling for the key, he dropped my phone and had got my key. During that time, I'd seen him drop my phone, and I picked up my phone and I'd put it in my bra because I had a crop top and my bra was underneath. So I put it in my bra quickly without him looking. And then he ended up asking me while we was talking about these guys I didn't give a fuck about. He was like, oh, where's your phone? He said it just like that. Where's your phone? It was very suspenseful at that time. It was crazy. Then I looked at him again, another I looked at him moment, and he looked at me moment. So I looked at him and he looked at me, and I remember thinking, fuck, we're gonna fight again, because he knows I probably got my phone on me, and I know I don't want to give him my phone again, because he didn't smash it. This was a new phone. He ended up buying me a new phone because he smashed my old one. So he didn't smash it, but he just wanted it because he wanted to look on it. He didn't want to smash it. So that he looked at me and I looked at him, and just before I could even open my mouth to answer, all I hear at the window is knock, knock, knock. Police! That's all I hear in that moment. It was crazy how relieved I was in that moment, because I realised, thank God, he was going to jail. Like, that was it, he was getting nicked. Come to find out later that the neighbour who had lived above me had called the police. She could hear me screaming when he flew through the window. So she called the police and they came, and they was at the window because at this point the window was broken. And then he was like, shh, shh. I'm thinking, why are you telling me to shush? They know you're here. The fuck? So anyway, he's telling me to shush now. The door's closed in the living room, so they can't see us, but I could just hear them. So he's gone to the door, he's like telling me to shush, shut the fuck up. And then they call for him, they say, we know that you're here, come to the door. Come to the window now, or come to the door or something. He started trying to explain himself and shit. And then they was just like, come here mate, come here. They climbed through the window. And then I was like, please take him out. Just please take him out. You should have fucking done your job. Obviously I didn't say that to them, but I was just thinking you should have done your job earlier and searched properly, because I don't know where the fuck he told me that he was hiding under a car. So it was like, yeah. So anyway, that happened, and this man had the audacity, I remember, to say to me, Alicia, I love you, please, I love you so much, while they were taking him away in handcuffs. I love you so much, Alicia, can you come and give me a kiss? I said, get this man the fuck out of my house. They did, and that was the end of that story. That was the worst part, I'd say, of the whole like abuse. That part was the worst, because just the lengths that he went to, and it just felt like something out of a movie. Do you know what I mean? I think I'm good now. I think I've said enough. It's been emotional. I'm just happy I was able to film better quality. Fucking hell, because it's daytime. I'm not filming at 5 o'clock. So, but I just want to thank you guys so much for watching this. It was really hard for me to film this one, I'm not gonna lie. I knew it was gonna get harder the more parts I do. I just want to say thank you for watching and supporting. Any feedback is appreciated. Anything, again, if you want to share your story in the comments, do that. If you want advice, let me know in the comments. Anything, reach out. I'm here, happy to help. So yeah, just want to say thank you for watching. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.